So I've been following the Paris Olympics. Obviously, my main interest is basketball, but other sports interest me as well. One of them is beach volleyball. So I was watching the game between USA and France and saw this guy, Chase Budinger. And I was, wait, didn't he used to play on the Rockets? Of course he did. Then it turns out he's still relatively young, just 36 years old, and it turns out he's been out of basketball for 7 years already. So in the spirit of the 2024 Olympics, I wanted to take a look at Chase Budinger and how good was he when he played. Originally out of Encinitas, California, Chase Budinger first polished his basketball skills at La Costa Canyon High School. But not only that, he also played volleyball. You could even argue he had more success as a volleyball player. In volleyball, he led his school to 3 state championships and was named as the National Player of the Year as a senior. In basketball, he was listed as the number 2 small forward and number 4 player in the nation in 2006. He was named co-MVP alongside Kevin Durant. That's a good company. Eventually, Chase did choose basketball and went to Arizona. He received offers from schools like USC and UCLA, but chose Arizona. He was a starter there their whole tenure, and in 3 years of college, he averaged 17 points and 5.8 rebounds. Not the numbers that jump off the board, but he was a good 3-point shooter and a good athlete. All those traits were enough for him to get drafted in 2009 as the 44th pick by the Detroit Pistons. He was drafted by the Pistons and traded the same night to the Houston Rockets. And good for him. I don't know what Detroit plans would have been with him. I guess none, since he got traded right away, but Houston actually used him. In his first season as a Rocket, Budinger played. Of course, he mostly came off the bench, but he participated in 74 games, played more than 20 minutes per game, and averaged 8.9 points and 3 rebounds. Not bad for a mid-second round pick in his first year. He retained his role during his second season in the NBA and with the Rockets. Mostly a bench player, but solid 20 minutes per game off the bench. Even though he had about the same year as before, I would say that he somehow showed his ceiling. He had a couple of very good games of 30 plus points and showed that he has some potential to be playing even more minutes than he did. It didn't happen though. He actually had his best years in Houston. He spent his third and final year in Houston averaging the same 20-22 minutes per game and 9.6 points and 3.7 rebounds. He also competed in the dunk contest, where he dunked over P. Diddy. Now, who wouldn't want to do that now? In the end, he didn't win the contest. Jeremy Evans did, but Budinger was close. After 3 seasons in Houston, Budinger was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, where in first year he only appeared in 21 games and pretty much mirrored his Houston production. He ended up playing 2 more seasons with the Timberwolves, always getting his solid 18 to 20 minutes per game, but never more. Unfortunately, even in his solid minutes, his production started to slip, and it was time for his third stop, the Indiana Pacers. In Indiana, his bench role decreased even more. He was now playing less than 15 minutes per game, and at the second part of the season even got waived. He was picked up quickly by the Phoenix Suns just 3 days after getting waived. He did play only 17 games there in a minimal role. His NBA career was going nowhere, but after a bad season, he still signed with the Brooklyn Nets. His tenure there wasn't long, as he was released after just 4 preseason games. After not getting any NBA offers, Budinger went to Europe, where he signed with Baskonia and spent 1 year in Spain. He played in 20 regular season games and 29 EuroLeague games, averaging 7.1 points on pretty bad shooting splits. So, after a few unsuccessful years in basketball, at just 29 years of age, Budinger decided to retire from basketball for good. And now, he wanted to focus on playing professional beach volleyball. In just a year, he made his debut on the AVP Tour, and now, in 2024, he became the first person play a regular season game in the NBA and compete in an Olympic beach volleyball match, and he and his teammate actually won the match as well. What can you say? Chase Budinger is an athlete. Maybe volleyball is something he should have done from the very beginning, but he was quite good at basketball as well. I mean, he earned around $20 million in his NBA career, so he made the right choice. And now he gets to live his second dream of being a professional volleyball player. Even better, he's a professional beach volleyball player. It's clear with Chase that he won't return to basketball, especially after his latest successes in the Olympics. But what do you think? How good he could have been if he had stayed in the NBA or gave basketball another shot? Could he have ever become an all-star? Please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like for the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.